Hello, my name is Ashlyn Momat, and today I will be discussing World War One. World War One was a monumental war in American and world history. It occurred between 1914 and 1918. The major causes of the war was imperialism, nationalism, and alliances. In the 1900s, there was many unknown alliances going on, and also imperialism was very significant. Britain was a very large imperial power, and unlike Germany, and Germany was not very successful in that arena. They could not gain access to certain lands that they wanted to, and this greatly frustrated Germany. At the time, Germany was also building up their military and navy in order to compete with the United States military and navy and Britain's military and navy. World War One began in 1914, and this is when the Austria-Hungarian Empire declared war on Serbia. The empire declared war on Serbia because Serbians killed their duke at the time, and this led to Russia declaring war on the empire because Russia was in an unknown alliance with Serbia, and also Britain and France declared war on the empire because they were in alliance with Russia. The major alliances in the war was France, Britain, and Russia, and then Germany, Italy, and the Austria-Hungarian Empire. However, Russia ended up exiting the war and doing a treaty with Germany, but that was later on. The U.S. remained uninvolved until 1917 in the war. This was because the U.S. was very conflicted in joining the war or not. Many people believed that, especially the isolationists, believed that the U.S. should stay out of the war and not bring other countries' problems into theirs. They thought it might disrupt the peace in the country, which in a sense it did when they did join. However, Germans were participating in unrestricted warfare at sea, and this was when they were having their submarines shoot down other countries' ships, such as Britain and the U.S. In 1915, Germany sank the British ship Lusitania, and 128 Americans died on that ship. This made many Americans want to join the war at that moment, and eventually the U.S. did join the war in 1917, and this was because of two primary reasons. One being Germany doing the unrestricted warfare at sea, and the other one was the Zimmermann telegram. The Zimmermann telegram was a telegram that Germany sent to Mexico. They sent this telegram to Mexico saying that they wanted Mexico to invade America and basically help them in the war in exchange for land. When the U.S. heard about this, obviously, they were upset, and the president at the time, Woodrow Wilson, was able to convince the American people that the U.S. should join the war, and this led to them on April 6, 1917, joining World War One and fighting against Germany and Germany's alliances. Millions of men were drafted into the war. Over 2 million were sent over to Europe to help fight the war. 2 million American soldiers. And with the U.S. joining the war against Germany and Germany's alliances, Germany eventually agreed to a treaty to put an end to the war. In 1918, on November 11th, Germany signed a ceasefire agreement, which ultimately put an end to World War I.